Welcome Aquarius, Dadhichi here with your April 2019, I'll call it the Oracle Express. Just a brief synopsis of what's going on. I don't want to bore you with all the details. Later I'll tell you how to get a more detailed analysis of this, but right now we can see that as the month kicks off, 3 planets, and then on the 2nd, the entry of the moon into that same area, which has to do with money. Then straight away on the 6th, the new moon taking place in your 3rd house of contracts. So this has to do with money and the way you negotiate your business transactions. And not altogether easy. It's not going to be a cakewalk because you've got these right angle aspects from the new moon to Saturn in your 12th house of expense. The 12th house is the house where stuff goes out. We can see you've been working on that. When you've got Saturn there, Saturn is the economical planet. So that helps. And Venus is your best planet, as I've told you before in the past. Being here with your other secondary good planet, and the finance planet itself. So this is generally considered a good omen for income, and that's shown here by extending yourself in service. By that I mean, you know, there's a sort of a back to front philosophy in the world today, which I see everywhere. And that is that you think about the money and then figure out a way to get it, rather than looking at the quality of service, your expertise in what you do, perfecting that, and then just letting the money naturally flow. That is really the universal structure, the way that it actually works. And that is what is shown here by the North Node, or the karmic point, favourably influencing all of these planets here. 6th house here is your service, your work. So you are just now entering a new phase, because this planet has just snuck in here recently, showing that your focus is on the way you work, the type of work you do, and the quality of the service that you offer other people. That'll be pronounced in the way you communicate your ideas. If you're instructional in your work, or you need to show other people things, or you need to sell things, then this new moon is showing a whole new vista of opportunity opening up for you. There's a couple of challenging aspects here as well. A bit of an unsettled period, the 8th and 9th, 10th and 11th in your family affairs. And then that service-orientated aspect really triggering things when this brightening moon moves into that 6th house. The full moon is particularly important for you. I'm just going to see if some of these aspects, this one here is good, the moon trining the sun in the 3rd house to the 7th, another great couple of days to put forward your plan to others. That one there is a little difficult around the 17th, with hard aspects to these finance planets from the moon in the 8th house. Earnings will be challenged by what you owe. These 6th and 8th houses have to do with debts. But I'm particularly interested in this full moon in your 9th house, Aquarius. A lovely placement of the full moon in the area of beliefs and what we call the higher mind. So this can open you up to what I call the science of human possibilities. It's a term that I heard a monk 30, 40 years ago once use, and I thought, that's beautiful. The science of human possibilities. I've sort of coveted it to sort of show what happens when you are open to looking at what your best, highest self is, which is shown by this part of your horoscope. The full moon here is indeed a further testimony, because it rules the 6th house. We talked about this at the very outset of the reading, and it moves into this area of belief systems. Old habits die hard. Belief systems die harder. And the most important belief system you have to shake is the self-belief. The belief in what you are or what you've become. And that's very difficult, Aquarius, because of early childhood factors that shape those beliefs. So here we see the full moon, and take a look at this. Whoa. This is called a T-square. The very thing I was saying, the element of service, changing the way you do business, the way people perceive you, is challenged by these square aspects, the opposition to the sun, and this 12th house, which is where one of your ruling planets is right now, Saturn, transiting this 12th house of the past, really doing a lot of internal house cleaning. This is about resolving all that bullshit from the past so that you are not hampered in becoming your best self. Empowering yourself is only hampered by these past events which have shaped your self-image. So this is an important transit here in the 9th house. It can also mean letting go of old, outdated religious beliefs, finding your own way. This new moon and full moon is a very important stage. Here we see the full moon moves into your 10th house of career, 2021, and then 2020, 22, 23. Good opportunities here as a result of the hard work you've put in. See here, these two planets, Mercury, Venus, moved out of this finance sector into the communication sector, into the contractual sector. This is a good period if you've got to negotiate any contracts, come to some agreements, April 22, 23. I'd leave it till the 23rd when it makes a beautiful conjunction to Jupiter. Jupiter's in its own sign now. It indicates a fortuitous meeting or some friend who's able to open some doors for you and to help you with these negotiations that we were talking about. Time out during the conjunction of the moon with Saturn and Pluto. This gives you a bit of time to recollect and collect your energies and see exactly what you need to do to strategically get everything happening. And then just at the end of the month, back to the finance sector here with some real visionary thoughts arising and a new cycle beginning, which we're going to talk about next month. You see here, the coming month is going to be a lot about your family and domestics and how you handle that part of the family, especially the paternal side. The sun here is the father in your domestic sphere, resolving issues with that person. So do join me next month for more in this continuing saga of the life of you, Aquarius. Don't forget, if you want to get a little more information on what's going to happen in the interim episodes, you can do so at astrology.com.au. The monthly and yearly readings are there, waiting for you right now, and I hope you avail yourself of those. But most importantly, I'm here. And if you want to have a reading, think about it. This is all very general. I'd like to get down and tell you some really amazing stuff about who you are, what's coming, your karma, your destiny, how to make that happen quicker, how to remove the negative influences of some of the tough planets. There are systems, there's laws, there's actual methodologies and technologies for that, and I'd love to share that with you. Till next month though, take care, bye-bye.